Yeah, man. At the much, I was answering a few questions that I've been getting a lot of people asking me recently. Things that I think I talk about a lot, but some people don't hear it, so gotta kind of reiterate. Also, did you accept my LinkedIn request?
Yeah, I did earlier when you had sent it.
Bet it up, bet it up. All right, cool. All right, good stuff, bro. Yeah, man. So, just really wanted to allow you to tell your story to people because one of the things that I've realized is that my story is my story, my experience is my experience. But it's like you have a story, you have an experience that will relate to other people that my story wouldn't relate to. And so, especially you coming from like being an athlete, a D1 athlete, there being kind of like a thing where people say like, oh, athletes, because people think of tech and they think of athletes and they almost think of those as entirely different things. Like people think athlete, like let's be real, people think athlete, they think stupid, they
Yeah.
think you just physical, like that's it. You just physical. You a brute. That's it. People think tech. They think nerdy. They think you're smart. You're lame. You're sitting in an office. Maybe you're not black. They think things like that. So I was like, yo, I want to personally hear your story, and also I want everybody else to hear your story as well, because because you don't fit the mold of what people think. And I think that's dope. People need to hear that. They need to see that. So that way they can like learn some things about it. So bro, would love, first off, like what were you doing? Like just a little bit about your background before you even got into the tech industry and what sparked the desire to want to pursue something in tech.
All right. So before we start, I wanted to say thank you for allowing me to be on your platform. And I want to say thank you to you and AO for, I first seen you guys' video on tech sales, and it really sparked a lot in me. And I feel like I wouldn't have been in the position that I am in right now if it wasn't for you guys. So I
Bro,
want to say
man,
thank you
shout
for that.
out to Anthony O'Neill. Y'all was real grateful that he allowed me to come on. And it's so many people that have been impacted from that interview I had with him.
Yeah.
So, no, bro, but thanks for the love, bro. And I mean, shouts out to you, man, because, I mean, a lot of people saw it, and, there's people that didn't do anything with it, but, like, you saw it, you did something with it, and you put in the work. So, shouts out to you, too.
Yeah. Appreciate it. So a little bit about my background. I first started off, I was an athlete coming out of high school. My entire life, I was focused on getting to the NFL and playing Division I ball. So I kind of started taking it serious around the 8th grade year, and that's when I knew that I had a little bit of talent and I could be able to, take it to the next level. So I started to do things like work out every day after practice or like, on the weekends, just try to do certain things to separate myself.
Exactly.
So I kind of like, I started off going to a smaller school. It's a 4A school, so it's not a lot of people. So I didn't really get a lot of exposure as far as college coaches coming down. So I had to reach out to coaches and send my film out, and basically like kind of how a sales development rep would do. You reach out to them, and I sent my film. Like this is my 40, this is how much I bench, things like that. So I kind of had to go the extra mile to get the, I guess, playing the college position. So anyways, fast forward, I ended up being a top 10 safety in the nation coming out of high school. And I had double-digit offers to play college ball. They're all full ride. So I had the experience to play college ball, and I had to pay for any college or anything like that. So that was a great experience. I ended up committing to the University of Minnesota, and I went there. I graduated a semester early in high school, so I was in college at 17 years old. So I kind of grew up fast a little bit. So I stayed there for about a year, and then when COVID hit, everybody had time to really sit down in the house, and they had time to think about everything, because we weren't really doing anything. Everything was shut down. So I had time to think about like what I wanted to do in my life, and where I was headed. And I kept it 100 myself, and the way I wanted to live my life, I feel like being an entrepreneur was the best route for me to take. And with me saying that, people would be like, man, you're playing college ball, college athletes are kind of like celebrities in a sense.
Definitely.
So it's like everybody was like, man, you're stupid, you don't want to play college ball, you trying to be an entrepreneur. But like they didn't realize, like, being an entrepreneur, you have control over your time, you have control over location, you have control over your money. It's not dependent on somebody else. You kind of can make your living for yourself and you're self-sufficient.
You know, it makes sense.
So
yeah, and I mean, definitely athletes don't have, for the most part, don't have a lot of control over their time and over their schedule.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of people don't in a lot of different industries in general.
Yeah.
I think if anything, athletes probably have less control because of the additional expectations that are placed on their shoulders. So
yeah.
So you what did you end up pursuing with your entrepreneurial route?
So I ended up getting my first real estate deal when I was 19 years old when I entered the transfer portal. So I was transferring from the University of Minnesota, and I ended up playing a little bit of time at Abilene Christian University in Texas. It's a few hours from where I stayed, so it's closer to home. I currently stay in Dallas, so Minnesota was a far distance away. So I kind of wait, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, like what was it? You said you ended up pursuing being an entrepreneur. What was it that you were doing as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I got my first real estate deal at 19 years old, and it was wholesale real estate, so it's kind of still in the sales thing. And I got a lot of money on my first deal, and I ended up spending it. So like I just blew it. It was kind of my first time ever getting a lot of money, being so young, and it was just mind blowing to me. So, but like since then, it kind of opened something in my mind. I was like, if I'm able to make this amount of money from doing this, and all I had to do was call people, and really just be creative and things of that nature. I was like, I can do this multiple times and keep it going and keep it going. So I was like, yeah, this is the route for me. But I ended up not staying really consistent in it because I had everybody around me. They were kind of telling me like, man, you have to go to school. You have to get a degree. Everybody just telling me that. So I ended up going back to Abilene for about a year. And then, I ended up having a good season, but then towards the end of the season, I got a really bad concussion. And I don't know. I was kind of out for a month, and during that time, I was like, I'm just going all in with this entrepreneurship stuff because, I don't want to ever experience this type of thing again. So
what was it in the midst of your journey that led you to say, hey, you know what, I need to get in tech?
Yo, for everybody who is listening and you're thinking that you're interested in a career in tech sales, I suggest you check out Course Careers. Course Careers is a tech boot camp that you can do entirely from home. It's entirely virtual and it's self-paced. So that means you can knock it out in as early as 2 weeks or even take a few months if you need to. Now, the really cool thing about Course Careers is that they're actually partnered with multiple tech companies that are hiring their students right after finishing the program. The great thing about Course Careers is that with those partnerships, they're able to guarantee you jobs with some of their partner companies. Now, beyond that alone, the other cool thing we want to tell you about them is that Course Careers is actually only $500. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. But since we partner with Course Careers, they're offering our audience a discount of $50 off that already low price. So make sure you use our discount link that we have below, so that way you can take advantage of that $50 off that already low price. Do Course Careers at your own pace and let us know what job you end up getting from it.
Yeah, so I was on the computer one day, and then I don't know, I came across y'all's video on tech sales, and then I started watching more videos and doing more research and, just binge watching content. And I was like, like tech sales is going to give me the ability to work from home and be remote. And then I'm going to have the chance to make a lot of money. I mean, I'm only 21 years old, so I don't really have a lot of responsibilities. Yeah, I'm 21.
Oh my God, you're in tech at 21?
Yeah, I just turned 21.
Man, that's about to be crazy. Wow, that's wild.
So I said I don't really have a lot of responsibilities, so I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. I can get in and I can kind of learn more about sales because being an entrepreneur, you have to know sales. Sales and entrepreneurship kind of go hand in hand. So as an entrepreneur, you don't really have any business unless you're bringing in deals and
definitely, your job is to be the visionary, but also know how to generate revenue for what you're doing as an entrepreneur. So so you learned sales, you learned a little bit of it from real estate, and you figured when you saw like myself and Anthony talking about tech sales, you realized, okay, cool, like there's a lot of opportunity where you can work remote, you can make a lot of money, and you also can continue in your skill set as a sales, continue growing your skill set as a sales. So all three of those things, being able to work remote, making a lot of money, and like growing your skill set in sales, you saw it as something that would help you grow as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, most definitely. So I don't even view this position as like me working. I view it as like I'm training in a way.
And you're getting paid
for it.
Yes,
and
exactly.
I'm getting paid for it,
Yeah.
So
That's like
it's a win-win,
that,
you know.
that really is. And I think what a lot of people don't get is what a lot of people don't get. And I love that you have this mindset, especially at 21, bro. That's crazy. Like you're gonna be. I mean, you're already in tech, so you're already getting a bag. And your bag is only gonna grow. But
Yeah.
I know you're gonna be wildly successful because if at 21 you're thinking like this, I wasn't thinking like this nowhere near 20 at 21. And the fact that I was definitely not making the money that you're making right now in tech at 21, nowhere close to it. But the fact that you think the way you think, you're making the money that you're going to make, and you're going to be learning, like you mentioned, more about sales. In tech sales, you're going to learn a lot about different businesses. So you're going to learn a lot about different types of businesses. And as well as you being able to work remote, you're going to be able to use that extra additional time you're going to have to be able to grow yourself. Bro, you're going to be real dangerous, dude, like in a huge way, bro.
Yeah.
A huge way. Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man.
So when you watched the episode with myself and Anthony O'Neill, did you decide to do the boot camp? And I know a lot of people don't know it's a self-paced program, but how long did it take you before you finished the boot camp?
Okay, so I started watching videos, but then I joined a course called Shift Group. It's kind of for former athletes to help them. But then I was like, you know, everybody's doing course careers. You know, I'm seeing everybody go through. I mean, Shift Group helped me. It gave me a good foundation. It gave me everything. But I was like, you know, let me tap into Course Careers Network and see, you know, I can network with other tech professionals. And, you know, they have a bigger group of, I guess, recruiters and things of that nature, companies that they can, I guess, they give candidates to. So I was like, you know, let me tap into that. So I didn't have a lot of, I had a lot of time on my hands. So I finished the course in about a month. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would recommend going slow and like really analyzing every single section and, you know, getting the most you can. Because in the interview, you have to be able to articulate this type of thing that you're learning in the course. So like if you're going to the interview and you're just like, they can see that you don't know what you're talking about, it's going to be bad. So, and that's kind of what I did because I was just rushing. I was like, you know what? Everybody talking about they got into tech in a month and things like that. So I was like, you know, I can do that. Like I was just trying to rush through it. I just rushed through everything. I was just applying to every single company I saw, and that wasn't working out well for me. And I was getting some interviews, but I wasn't getting to the final round. So
what was it that you? And also, Shanae, I'm actually drinking coffee. This isn't wine. I'm not drinking alcohol. I said I'm gonna stop drinking alcohol when I go live.
Yeah, you always be sipping. I'll be seeing it when I watch.
I was like, yo, I gotta stop doing that. Because my lives be lasting too long because I be tipsy. I just be talking about random stuff.
Yeah.
But, so, what did you change? So you mentioned that you weren't getting to the final round interviews. What was it that you tweaked that you believe allowed you to be able to get to a final round interview?
Yeah, so I ended up taking a little break because I got discouraged. I was like, I'm going through all these interviews, you know, I was like, maybe, you know, tech sales isn't for me, you know, the self-doubt starts to come in and things of that nature. So I was like, I took a little break for about a month or two and I started working on I also have a credit repair company. So I started working on that more and it came a time, I think it was like around May time, one of my closest friends, he had passed away. He's actually 21. He's the same age as me. So you know, it was kind of a wake-up call because it was like we didn't expect any of that to happen, and it was like me and him were just planning our summer, like plans we had and things of that nature. So I'm like, I don't have any, like, you never know when your day is.
Yeah, you don't.
So
you really don't.
That's what I was thinking to myself. So I was like, you know, every day I'm here for the rest of my life, I'm just gonna try to maximize every day and, you know, make the most out of it. So like since then I've changed. Like I'm working out every single day. You know, I'm just literally just trying to be the best person I can be because, you know, like my friend, he's not here no more. And like, he's the same age as me. Like that could have been me. So like, you know, it kind of just sparked something to me. But anyways, the thing I switched, I started really prospecting into the companies and looking into companies that I would want to work for instead of like, like I'm looking or they're looking for me. Like, you have to kind of switch the perspective. You know, you can't really like be desperate and go into the interview and thinking like, oh my God, like I hope they accept me. Like you got to go into it thinking like, are they a good fit for me? Do they meet my requirements and things of that nature?
Yes.
So
I love that. That's a good point. I want y'all to really pay attention to like, or not pay attention, but really take note of him saying that. It's almost like you going on a date with someone, and like, even if you're looking for a relationship, you don't go on a date acting desperate. You go on a date also making sure that that person's a good fit for you, because you don't want to find yourself just dating anybody and you're miserable. And also, it's a turnoff when you look too desperate. When you go in with confidence, and then you go in, you know, yes, being likable, but you actually vetting them to make sure they're a good fit for you, they can feel that. And they're like, dang, you actually care if I'm a good fit for you. Wow. It makes you seem more valuable, or really it shows, it expresses your value to them. That's a really good thing. Yeah, Sinead just said in the comments, again, she's a recruiter at a big company. She said you cannot have a desperate mindset. You'll end up accepting anything. And she says that as a recruiter, that she knows that it doesn't look as good when people seem desperate during interviews. So next thing she said, hiring managers will look like they are listening, but they aren't if you come off desperate. Woo, it's real, y'all. It's real. All right, Abner, my bad, bro. Please continue.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Where was I again?
Yeah, you had mentioned how you decided to change your mindset, and instead of just being desperate, you decided to make sure, are y'all a good fit for me too? So you changed your whole energy.
Yeah. So one of the things I switched is, like I said, I was prospecting. You know, I switched my energy, and then you know, I was just thinking, I'm like, how can I separate myself from the other candidates? So, you know, I'm kind of creative, so I like to think outside the box. I was like, you know what? The companies I was applying for, the ones that kind of gave me interest, I made them like a playbook. So, like, I put together a sheet where I had all the code emails, like example code emails I sent out. And then I had my sales cadences. I had the summaries of all their products and solutions. And then I had like my 30, 60, 90-day plan where I explained what I was going to do, like my first 30 days, the 60 days, and then the 90 days.
Yeah.
So I basically put all of that together and just made like a big playbook. And then I sent it to them. And like everybody I sent that to, they were just like, I've never had this before.
Wow.
You know, so.
That's incredible. So that wasn't even something they told you to do. That was something that you were like, I'm going to do this. So going back to what you said when you were an athlete, where you say, I'm going to work out these other days. So that way I'm doing something that other people aren't doing. So I'm going to stand out. And you kind of applied that same mentality to getting a job in tech. Right? That's fire.
I'm not going to lie. Like everything from sports, it taught me, like sports and business. Like I'm noticing like the similarities, because it's like the effort and the work ethic you have to put in to be an athlete. Like, you know, you have to handle going to class, your social life, you know, getting good grades, and then at the same time performing high on the field. And then you have the outside coming in, you know, maybe fans will start talking bad about you. You'll get hate in your DMs. It's a whole lot of things you have to deal with being an athlete. And, you know, a lot of intangibles that I learned from sports, I'm translating into the corporate world and the business world. And, you know, it's really helping me exceed, because I just started my quota last week, and I booked 3 meetings. And today I actually booked a meeting worth about 100,000, and I posted on my business page. Ooh. So it's like I'm already off to a great start. You know, I've been talking to my managers and stuff. He's like, you know, you're exceeding my expectations. Like, I'm like, usually this isn't what entry level or somebody who's just starting off in their position is doing. So, you know, as long as you put in the effort and go above and beyond, like it's easy. You just have to be consistent and take action, and just, you know, that's how you really got to do.
I love it so much, especially you speaking about it from an entrepreneur or a business angle, because what a lot of people don't get, because oftentimes people will say, man, I want to at some point be a successful business owner, but then they'll also say, I don't want to do sales. I don't want to do cold calling. But it's like, guess what? In order to be a successful business owner, you're going to have to know how to sell, because especially if you're, whether it's a B2B business, a B2C business, a B2E, whatever type of business model it is, you're going to have to communicate the value of what it is you have to that person for an exchange of money or exchange for services, or, you know, exchange of money for services or your product, whatever that is. And so even hearing you mention, I closed $100,000 deal. Business owners say stuff like that, where they close $100,000 B2B deal with like a high-end or a super wealthy client. So all of the stuff that you're learning are the same things you're going to do. And this is really for everybody here. Like, as you have a business, these are the exact same things. There's stuff like, even like with Octoply, like everybody knows like what Octoply does for people. But there's another side of Octoply that eventually we're going to launch. That's a B2B model. And that's going to require us to have those real hard salesy conversation with other businesses. That being said, that's where like this type of stuff, like what Abner is talking about, comes into value. So understand get the bag in tech, but as you're at the company, think how he's thinking, where you're learning things about how it's preparing you for business in a bigger way. And so I love that, bro. I love the way that you're thinking. I love like the gems and stuff that you've been dropping. So, and bro, the fact you've been killing it, dude, congratulations, man. Because again, it's cool to get in tech, but it's like you want to kill it too. You want to kill it too. So I love that you're killing it, bro. So how long? So when did you receive your offer letter from the company? Like, when did you receive it? And also, what were you doing when you got it, when you saw it, and what was like your reaction?
Man, so basically after the month after my friend died, I took that whole month. The rest of the time, I was just, I was like, I have to get back into tech. Like I had to get right. So I started applying and prospecting, and then it was about June time where I reached the final round, and I had ended up getting the offer. I was like, I just started dancing, man. I was lit. So I was like, it's been a long time coming. It's been 6 months. So I'm like, I was just really excited because I felt like it was a breath of fresh air. I felt like it's a start of a new beginning, because I know that the tech industry is going to give me money to be able to put into my businesses and my marketing and things of that nature. So I feel like it's just a start. And then I started my YouTube channel and kind of start like trying to just do what you do a little bit.
Yeah, bro, I love it.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Like I actually just one of my close friends from high school, I just got him into tech and he used my code, and I'm starting to use a little bit of my sales techniques because I closed them.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like you got to get in this, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I got my little commission off of that, but
see, y'all,
really,
my bad, bro. That's literally all what I'm talking about. Like how I mentioned to people, and I'm not saying he did this because because he saw me doing this, because he probably didn't know I was doing this, but the same way I mentioned at the beginning of the live that, hey, I of course encourage people to get in tech. Basically, I encourage people to get 6-figure careers, and I help people with a discount into whatever program or whatever type of role they want to do in tech, and then the boot camp gives a kickback. So he's kind of mentioning a similar thing where he's helping his friends become wealthy, and he gets like a kickback from the boot camp by doing it. So it's like he kind of gets like a little kickback for helping his friends like step into wealth as well. So it's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. That's, bro, shouts out to you, bro, for not gatekeeping, for not just being like, oh, I'm about to be the friend with the money and just like leave my other friends high and dry.
I feel like that's weird though. Like if I'm doing something and I'm coming up, like the thing is with me, I try to help everybody that's around me. And the thing is, not everybody wants to be helped. No, so I had to learn that you can't really try to put this type of information to certain people. Like sometimes you can just spark something in them, but you have to help the people that want to be helped. So I kind of stopped telling everybody, but I post about it and stuff like that, and everybody who reaches out or shows a little bit of interest, I'll go deeper in it with them and try to put them on, because anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. I'm 21 years old. I had no experience in tech, and I don't know if you guys can notice, but I kind of stutter just a little bit. So it's I have to be on the phones and I stutter a little bit. So it's that could have been something I could have used as I can't do tech.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it's no excuses, man. You just gotta stay consistent and just take action. Yeah. That's all.
For those that are joining late, and I see a bunch of people asking what boot camp did he do, look at the pinned comment below. The pinned comment that says he did Course Careers, $50 discount code, Cyrus50. Link in my bio, all that good stuff. But yeah, y'all, just look at the pinned comment down below if you need the spelling.
Looking for a job in tech can be tricky, but what if there's a way to automate the entire process? That's where Octoply.ai comes in. See, this software does all the work it takes for you to get hired, from researching companies to scheduling interviews, and all you have to do is just show up. Octoply.ai is the first application of its kind that will find jobs that you're top applicant for, apply to roles, reformat your resume, and manages interviews all while you sleep. So if you're tired of the tedious job search, try Octoply.ai today and let technology work for you.
But bro, that is phenomenal, dude. I love that. I love everything you're saying. Even you mentioning you realizing, okay, you know what? I can't put everybody on because everybody doesn't actually want to be put on, but whoever wants to be put on, you're gonna hook them up. You're gonna give it to them. And so I think that's super fire, bro. That's super fire. All right, bro. So look, so you've been at the company now, and wait, how long has it been? You said it's been a couple months, or how long?
No, so I had got my job offer in June, and then I started July 5th. So it's been about a month total since I've been there.
Bro,
and last week was my first week on quota. Yes,
bro,
sir.
it's been a month, and you already closing big deals for your company?
Yeah. Man, when I seen it this morning, I was like, my heart dropped. I was like, there's no way I just, like, that's 100,000. Like, come on. You know, so I don't know. I just feel like it's only up from here.
It's only up, bro. Yeah. So let me ask you this real quick. All right, so let's go over just a few different perks real quick, or some of the things you have, and then we'll start to kind of wrap up, because we started late, but we're supposed to wrap up at 9. So you're working remote, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm working from home.
Did your company pay for, or did they cover like your desk, your computer, monitor, stuff like that?
Yeah, my company, they sent me a whole care package. They sent me my laptop. They sent me gear. They sent me everything I needed, basically. So
that's fine.
I didn't get a MacBook, but I don't care. Like, I got it. It's cool. Like, the HP I got is smooth. So
yeah. My first company offered me a MacBook or HP. I chose an HP my first time. So it's still dope. You're getting a free nice computer.
Yeah. So I'm getting all of that. I got a whole care package, and then my schedule. I really love the company that I'm at because like they're flexible, and my manager. This is one of the questions that I asked him. I asked him if he was a micromanager, and he's actually not. Like, he really lets us just do what we want to do. As long as we're hitting our metrics and things of that nature. So my day looks like I start off around, I wake up at like 5, 6, depending on how I'm feeling. And then I hit the gym, and I try to knock out my cold calls and stuff like early. So I have the rest of my day. So like, I try to wrap up around like 3 o'clock so I can have the rest of my day to work on my businesses and things like that. So
that's good. I love you having a schedule. Like, when it comes to your work, you working out, your business, like, bro, that flow right there, bro, that's beautiful. Like, you making sure you're working out in the beginning of the day, so always you got your physical component down packed. 2, you get in the bag in your company, working your job, but you're killing it to make sure you're able to finish work early. Yeah. And then you focus on your business, which of course ultimately is the end goal. Bro, I love that flow so much, dude. I love it so much. So you've been at your company for a month. Couple questions. Yeah. Have you been to any tech networking events yet?
It was this one tech networking event called, it was like, I think the Dallas Mixer by this one dude. His name's like Say Chris or something. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but it's in the Dallas area. I was going to go to that, but something ended up happening, so I didn't get a chance to make it. But he usually does them a lot, so I'm going to try to go out to that. But I've been to like real estate networks and things like that, but I haven't gone to
I see that you're at Dallas Fort Worth right now.
Yeah.
So a few tech events that I definitely think you should check out. There's a huge tech event happening right now in Atlanta called Black is Tech.
Black is Tech.
It's happening in Atlanta. It's going to be over by this Friday. Black Men in Tech is a tech conference that's coming up in a few months. Also, Baddies in Tech is actually I think it's happening next month.
What's her name? The one girl that you had on, well, not girl, but lady. What's her name?
I haven't done anything with her yet.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of women that you've either seen on the podcast or maybe that have even come on my live, a lot of them are speaking at Baddies in Tech. Okay. But the person that's over it, I'm eventually going to bring her on Tech is the New Black. I'm eventually going to bring her on. So, but yeah, Baddies in Tech. Also, of course, Tech is the New Black. We're going to have an event happening later this year. You definitely should check out. But since you're in Dallas, definitely check out Afrotech, because Afrotech is in Austin, which I think is only 2 or 3 hours from you.
When's that happening? I heard about that last year, but
yeah, that's gonna be in November. Definitely check it out. It's gonna be worthwhile. It's gonna be super worthwhile. Super good stuff. All right, bro.
Yeah.
Man, so I am about to I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I have a couple more questions I have to answer, but I have to go ahead and hop up off of here because again we're way over time, which is on me. Bro, Abner, bro, thank you so much. Look, y'all see a lot of people asking like what's his handle. You can literally like kind of look above and it'll show his IG handle. It's King Dubar. King Dubar is his handle. So yeah. Like, of course, tap in with him. Continue to watch his journey, especially tap in with him on LinkedIn. His LinkedIn handle is Abner Dubar. Yeah, definitely tap in with him, watch his journeys. I mean, he's definitely going places. Especially tap in with him if y'all see him at a tech networking event. Like, definitely say what's up. Like, y'all, like, let's all be a community. Whether you're in tech or you're not in tech or whatever it is, like, definitely tap in with each other, keep each other encouraged, all that good stuff. But yeah, bro, thank you so much, Abner, bro, for coming on. Thank you for your patience, dude. Congratulations, man. Keep me posted on your journey, dude. If there's like a question or something you have, like, let's say you're like, yo, I got an offer in the future from this company or this company doing this, doing that, like, bro, definitely, like, hit me up and let me know.
I got you, man. Once again, I appreciate you for having me on, and you guys are doing God's work. You and AO, man, like, you guys have changed a lot of people's lives.
That's
so
fine.
like, I just want to say, just keep going, man. I appreciate everything you've done, and I'm sure everybody on here can say the same. So yeah,
that's lit, bro. Same to you, man. Same to you, man. Yeah, definitely continue working on your platform and stuff. I know it's gonna be dope.
yeah. All right, man. I appreciate you.
All right, family.